Every buy your first rental video on YouTube is teaching you level 1. And I need you to hear this. Level 1 is actually quietly designed to stop you from scaling. I'm not saying that to be dramatic. I'm saying that because I hit that exact ceiling myself. Felt it stop me cold, and I've spent years developing the 2 levels above it that no one teaches. And here's why it matters more than it sounds like it does. The way you buy your first rental is going to decide whether your second one is going to be easy or a fight. And most people don't find out until they're already stuck. Maybe you even acquired a few properties. Maybe you bought them cash with a conventional loan or with a commercial loan, but putting in a down payment every single time. And now you're trying to figure out where to go from here, how to scale this. So today I'm drawing you an actual roadmap, all 3 levels. So grab a pen, you're going to want to take notes. So level 1's how I bought my first few properties, which is you buy the properties in your own personal name, you put 25% down, you get a conventional loan, or some people I hear also buy them fully cash. I didn't have that kind of money, but I was saving up and I was putting those properties in my own personal name and buying them with a conventional loan, putting 25% down. But watch what happens on property number 2. You need a brand new down payment and you have to continue saving that from the same salary. And my husband and I talked about this and we were like, we make good income. Like we work really hard to climb the corporate ladder and we make good income. How come we never have any money? And it's because we were constantly scraping every dollar to save for the next down payment. Not only that, now the bank starts looking at your debt to income ratio getting heavier with every single loan. This is where 90% of investors get stuck. Not because they're not smart or they're bad investors, but because this financial model was never built for scaling. So here's the real question. What if the next down payment didn't have to come from your paycheck at all? So here's level 2. And if you watched my last video, you already know what level 2 is. Buy under an LLC and finance with a DSCR loan. This loan is underwritten from the property's income, not yours. This alone removes the debt to income ratio ceiling. But here's what I didn't tell you, how this approach repeats. The unlock that's worth repeating is that the lender doesn't underwrite your paycheck, they're underwriting the deal. So level 2 also has a ceiling because you still need to continue saving up for the down payment every single time. That down payment is the cash that you just traded a lot of time for. So level 3 is where it stops being a deal and starts becoming a portfolio. So level 3 is the scalable portfolio. It's where the same original capital keeps working. So that one down payment, it not only buys you your first rental, it actually helps you build an entire portfolio. When I discovered this, I built it up and within a few deals, I went on to fund a 9-unit acquisition and then a 15-unit acquisition. At that size, you're often stepping into true commercial or portfolio financing, underwritten the same way on the property's income, just at a scale where a bank looks at the whole deal, not just one door. This level also means real systems, SOPs, standard operating procedures that run your entire process, acquisitions, renovations, renting it out, managing the tenants. So the portfolio runs like a business instead of a second job that you never signed up for. I'll be straight with you. This is not a level where you improvise. It takes education, discipline, and mentorship. So we designed a level 3, and that's what our book is based on. It's called Accelerate Your Real Estate. This is the book we published it. So we said, okay, we need a strategy that removes capital constraint that allows us to retire in 3 to 5 years. So you don't have to give up equity and partner with someone. We want equity in the properties. So when there is a market fluctuation, we're still okay. With that in mind, we found the BRRRR strategy. The BRRRR strategy allows you to buy a distressed property, renovate it, rent it out, and refinance it, and recycle that capital again and again. Because what you're doing when you renovate it is you're forcing that property to appreciate. So it builds equity and that allows you to constantly recycle the same capital. So I started with $25,000 and today I have hundreds of doors all over the country. When we started doing this strategy, we noticed that there were some problems with it. So we modernized this age-old strategy. We're going to make acquisitions super scalable by number 1, knowing how to analyze deals fast so you can grab the properties that are good. The good deals don't last, right? So you need to be able to know immediately if it's a property that you need to jump on or not. So learning how to analyze deals extremely well. And second, being able to acquire properties again and again, finding markets where this strategy works constantly. Second was renovation. But when you're not an expert at construction, you want to be able to hire the right people. So it's not the DIY that you're doing with. You want to be able to scale a portfolio. You cannot be in 5-10 places at once if you have 5 or 10 projects going on at the same time. Doing construction in a way where you're always finishing on budget, on time, within schedule, and good quality renovations without you having to be at the job site. Next is adding cash flow, meaning having these properties cash flow well without taking those late night tenant phone calls. You can then have these assets so that cash flow continues to build up. And then leverage and commercial finance. Of course, at the end, you use commercial loans to be able to get a long-term mortgage on the property and then take the original capital and move it to the next deal. And then the last piece is exponential growth. Doing 1 or 2 properties made no one financially free. That's not what we're here for. You want to be able to get out of the corporate grind. You want to build a different life for yourself. We're going to build it like a business, and you want to be able to build a scalable portfolio. And it has to start in the beginning, especially in this economy. It's going to take forever to save for down payment. And so you want to be able to start with a strategy like this so that you can build a scalable portfolio. So that's level 3. Level 3 is where you start with a small amount of capital and turn it into a multi-million-dollar portfolio. The payoff, what this means for scaling a rental portfolio is that the same $60,000 two ways, right? Spent as a 20% conventional down payment, it buys you 1 property and your capital is locked there forever. Deployed the way I just showed you, LLC, DSCR, recycled capital, running it like a business, that same $60,000 buys the next deal and the next one after that and continues to build your portfolio. So your first rental isn't the goal, it's the proof of concept for everything that's going to come after. If you're the kind of person who watched this whole video instead of stopping at level 1, that's exactly what we do here. Let me know what you found most helpful and ask me any questions in comments.
Thanks for tuning in. If you found today's conversation valuable, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. We've got many practical strategies and inspiring stories to help you build lasting wealth through real estate. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you in the next episode.